Okay, we're having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to go live and invite Susan. Let me see. Guest request. Share broadcast. Let me invite Susan. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Susan, I see you on there. Hi, Rose. All right. How do I thought I invited you, Susan. I don't see you. Invite friends to watch. Okay. All right. So hopefully Susan will hop on here somehow. Wants to be in your video. Yes, approved. G.
It's
How we
magic.
connecting?
Voila.
Voila, she's here.
Okay.
Okay. Very
How,
close to the camera.
how does it sound?
All right. I think we might be good. I don't hear an echo,
I
but
don't.
I was checking out of Google really fast, and it seems that if we both use headsets, you can eliminate the echo.
Oh.
Oh, you can approve my request. Let me see. Oh, Debbie, I will do that as soon as I'm done. Yes, we're doing a water challenge with some of my friends. So,
Oh, I love water challenges.
yes.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Hey,
Technology.
Amanda.
Technology. Gotta love it. So we are talking about Beyond Organic. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Susan Bernachek. I run Identity Magazine. I have been empowering women for over 11 years, and I coach and teach and have signature formula and get to travel and do workshops, all that good stuff. But today we're here to focus on Jamie. And I love Jamie. She's been supporting my community for a long time now. And we have a lot in common with health and nutrition and loving life, energy, dancing, thriving, nutrition, organic, toxin free, just bettering ourselves as much as we can day in and day out. And I wanted to interview Jamie because one, she's such a huge supporter to my community, and she's part of the Deals for You. For those of you who don't know, I have a Deals for You section. Think about Groupon and Living Social, but this is specifically for identity readers. Hi, Lexis. Hi, Melissa. For identity readers and for women. And the community is filled with mom entrepreneurs offering our readers unique deals and discounts. So she's part of the Deals for You program.
Thank you, Debbie.
And I just want to share more and more and more of Jamie with you guys. So today we're here to talk about Beyond Organic. And first, Jamie, I want you to share everybody your story, your background, so they get to know you, and then how you got involved with health and nutrition, and really taking it to the next level with your home supplies, your vitamins, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay, so my story, and I'm going to try and keep it not too long, but basically, I've been a professional dancer all my life. Dance was my life. I breathed it. I slept doing it. I did, like, dance was my life for a very long time. And at some point, I came down to Red Bank, New Jersey for my 20th high school reunion, and I met my husband. And that sort of brought me back to this area, which was kind of cool because I was always been a city girl for a very long time. And of course, at some point, we didn't expect it. I got pregnant, and it was like a total shock because I was 45. Well, I was 44 at the time. I had Holton when I was 45, and I never thought I could get pregnant until the 2 years prior to. I did have a miscarriage, but as I know that can be sad, but for me it was like, oh, I can get pregnant. But let me tell you, I wish I knew then what I know now, because I struggled for a little bit and then I kind of gave up and I was like done. So before I knew it, I was pregnant again, and then I had a baby. and an awesome baby boy he is. And some
He's
of
so
you know
adorable.
Holton. Holton's like my best fan of all time,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to my Shaklee business. Um, and when Holton was around 9 months old, I started to really pay attention to, the first thing was I was freaked out to put him in my bathtub because I knew cleaning my bathtub with Comet and then having to put him in there for a bath was just not cool. And I don't care how often you rinse off the thing, you can still smell the stuff. And I knew it was wrong. So one day I was at a meeting for first time mommies. I always felt kind of separated as a first time mommy because I was older.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched a presentation about this company, and when they first talked about the organic cleaners and how it could save you money, I was like, And so, I will tell you this, it has saved me a lot of money using the cleaners when I finally dug into my box and took care of it, because I did kind of not do much of the Shaklee business and all that in the beginning. I just kind of played with the cleaners and stuff in the very beginning. But I saved a lot of money, and I'll talk a little bit more about how that works later. But from there, being a dancer in my life, I was not a great eater. It was bagels for breakfast. It was
For dancing?
fast food. Yes, I would eat bagels and bananas for breakfast every day. Mind you, I was dancing like hardcore,
Yeah.
so it just melted off me. But I never thought of nutrition to fuel me. And so at some point, I finally dove into the Shaklee business and started trying the vitamins. And that was my big wake up call. I took them for like 3 months and then I stopped. And that's when I noticed, that was like my aha moment of when, like, oh my God, like I was getting up and I wasn't tired. Didn't feel that lag in the afternoon that some of us get when we're,
2, 3
getting
o'clock.
up early. Yes. And so that was my first big like wake up call of, oh my God, I really do need nutrition. I really do need to do this. And being at my age, I think when you're younger, you kind of feel invincible. But when you start to get up there, because I'm now 51.
I feel it at 38.
I do. And I have to tell you, you really start to go, oh my God, I want to see my son get married someday. I want to be around for as long as possible. So if I don't start taking care of myself, that was like something that I needed to do. And the good news was having a Shaklee business kind of helped me do that. It created an accountability for me. So that was also like the other big plus part that was great. So that's basically my story and why I got into it. I will say one more other thing. I've done so much research. I think as mothers, like when we take on a product or we get a medication, our first thing is to go and look for information. Is it safe? Is it okay? What are the side effects? Especially now, we're becoming so much more aware of our environment and what we're doing around our kids. And, Shaklee took that research out of the equation for me because they do the research for you. They go beyond organic, and that's kind of what our interview is about.
Yeah.
My thing.
I read it over breakfast.
Oh, cool. They go beyond organic, and what we mean by that is they do over 100,000 quality tests every year. If you would see the pages among pages that they sometimes show of the research that they have done to make sure that your product is safe and is not contaminated. Mm-hmm. They actually test for 350 different types of contaminants, where the U.S. The FDA or the U.S. Pharmaceuticopeia, they only test for 80 contaminants. Yeah. And then forget about your cleaners. They don't test them at all. So same thing with vitamins. Vitamins are not regulated. So, you see in the news all the time, the vitamin shop or Walgreens or Walmart or Costco, and they're recalling stuff. And it's scary because some of that stuff has like lead in it and fillers of wood, and like you just don't know. And it's a known fact in the health industry that if you're taking one a day, stop, because you're not doing yourself any good.
Yes, yeah. Well,
yes, moms make the best researchers.
We do, Melissa. That's so
right.
true. But it's so funny that Melissa says that. Okay, so I want to tell everybody like okay, so you do Shaklee, and this company has been around for 25 years. What? How many longer? 30?
So actually, the actual company has been around for 62 years.
I mean,
it was started originally by Dr. Shaklee.
Mm-hmm.
He started it in his retirement years, which who starts a company in their retirement years? He did it because he knew people needed these products. And believe it or not, Shaklee was like one of the very first concepts of MLM, in that he actually had distributors. He called them mission agents because he didn't believe in, one, having to put preservatives in his stuff to be put on a shelf. Two, he thought, why am I going to pay advertising and all this marketing when I can have people do it for me? So it's kind of interesting, his story. And they actually have a book about Dr. Shaklee, how he was a philosopher, and he wrote about thoughtmanship. I think he's the one who created that word thoughtmanship and what that means. It's really cool.
I love it.
So yeah, Shaklee's been around.
Yeah, and so I was surprised because I literally found out for the first time about Shaklee through you. And that's within the last year. So I was like blown away. And then the more I mentioned it, more and more people know about it. And I have to tell, and like, I want to share with all of you who are watching live or watching the replay, like this is the beauty about our world and digital marketing and having voices and having all of these options of companies and products and brands. But like Melissa says, like we're the researchers. Like we have to be our best research to find out what works for us. Now, there are some supplements that I take through my company that I believe in. But when I read through this and I read through their clinical testing and their studies, I'm like, oh shit, I'm second guessing what I'm taking. You know what I mean? But it's like, but this is the beauty, and this is what I believe in, and this is why I wanted to interview you, and I'm going to interview so many other women and their businesses, because you can't grow, you can't learn, you can't shift, you can't evolve unless you watch stuff like this, or you try something new, or you read a pamphlet and you give it a try. Now, when we first talked, my biggest thing now is my cleaning supplies. I use Thieves, but my dishwasher and my washing machine, and I'm going to be buying from you this stuff. But my initial thought was, well, let me go through what I have.
Yes.
Which is bullshit because it's toxins.
You know what? That's a common thing that I get with a lot of my new members. Like, what do I do with my old stuff? And I said, you know what? You've been using it. Yeah. For me, when I knew and had found Shaklee and I got my stuff, I actually packed up all my stuff and I gave it to I gave it to someone in a garage sale. And I have to say, I felt guilty about it because looking at that box full of toxins and knowing your laundry detergent, especially because you sleep in it, you dry off in it, you wear it all day. And if you're using stuff like Tide, you are toxing your body, you are toxing your liver, amongst all the other things that are in our environment. So, I mean, you can't be perfect. And that's the one thing I love about Shaklee is I think it makes it easy for someone who goes, oh, gee, I would really like to be holistic. I would really like to be green. I would really like to, blah, blah, blah. But, some of us don't have time to make our own elderberry syrup or our own laundry detergent or our own, skincare line. Shaklee has all of it and it's done and it comes right to your door. So, but I will say, yeah, you can use up your stuff. Some people like to, or you can give it to
Yeah.
charity or
Or
someone
just
who
toss
need
it
it.
and move on, because
Toss it.
it's not serving myself or my children. But
Yes.
it was interesting because I caught myself in that thought, and I'm like, what am I doing? I was like, that's horrible thought. Like, I'm gonna just live out and use up all the toxins until like it just.
Right.
I just caught myself, and I'm like, I can't be the only one that has that initial thought, like throwing money away or something. But
Yes.
I
And
love
Melissa,
it.
yes.
I love what the company stands for, and I'm really glad that we discovered it. And I've read through this, you guys. If you haven't heard about Shaklee, just like there's a ton of companies out there, but do your research, get to know these companies, because they are doing good and better than what we see in the supermarkets. And I truly believe in trying new things, reading up on it, doing your research. I am blown away by the research that Shaklee does, above and beyond. Their scientist has won a Nobel Prize, right?
So Elizabeth Blackburn, who's on the scientific team, and she's actually an advisor for the Shaklee group. She won a Nobel Prize in medicine.
Yep, 2009.
She's the one who discovered telomeres, and beautiful woman. She's very dedicated to her research, and she was involved with, I don't know if you've ever heard of resveratrol or polynutrients, and
nutrients.
what happens is, to do a fast little story, is your DNA has like these little ends of like shoelaces. If you think of the plastic on the end of your shoelace, what happens is, as that gets shorter, that is like the that's how they are able to know like your lifespan.
Yeah.
So the idea is to keep your telomeres long. The longer your telomeres, the healthier you are. And she got involved with one of our award-winning products called Vivix. It is for to help with aging. And I love that stuff. I take it every day. But needless to say, it's been proven.
Yeah, 40%.
And she wrote a book. Right. She wrote a book about it. And in the forward part of her book, she actually thanks the Shaklee community and states like how they're one of the healthiest people that she has ever met, like as a group. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was blown away. I love it. I love their story. I love their background. And I know personally I get overwhelmed with Young Living. I love, now I have Shaklee products. Like there's so many companies that offer, but you got to do your research and you got to try and sample. Like you said earlier in this interview, when you were transitioning from bagels and stuff in the morning to like bettering your nutrition, when you slowly implement a supplement or a change in your home or in your shampoo, like I like to believe in trying one thing at a time so you can monitor like you did. And then if you stop, you can see if there's a difference. But we've got to be aware. We've got to tap into that and pay attention and do that self-awareness, like research. And as you grow, like I love the B complex that I take from you. I know that it makes me feel good. It helps with my Bell's palsy. And I feel like
Did you get your sample in the mail?
No, I'm going to the mailbox today. It's so far from my house. I'm too late. I'm like, I gotta get there. Probably today. I'll let you know.
Okay.
But and whoever's watching live or the replay, like, check out Shaklee. Talk to Jamie. She's part of the Deals for You program as well. I don't know I forget what kind of coupon you have on there, but I can share the link within this.
Well, I want to just say that if anyone who's watching today, and even if you're on the replay, I'm happy to send you samples of anything. We have 300 plus products, mind you, but I have samples of the Basic H, which is our cleaner, our general cleaner. I also have samples of our Vitalized Immunity, which is like, the Airborne that you drop in, or Airborne that you drop in.
Oh, I saw that in the book.
It's like my favorite. My favorite. My son has that every day, FYI.
Look,
and then I have samples of that. Yep. And then I also, if someone's interested in any of our shakes, we have samples for those as well. So, but yes, thank you, Delcy. I do love this company.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find companies that have integrity. And even when you think that company is good, and then you see them in the news with XYZ, or there's like lead found in XYZ, or if you hear about, the vitamins and those specific issues, I have to say every day I thank God for Shaklee because they have never had a recall. They are so stringent on making sure that their products are safe. That's like, to me, it blows me away what they do.
I was blown away by that too. Oh, just the quality testing that they do.
Yay, Sandra.
The quality testing that they do. And I love this little landmark study. It's probably backwards for you guys, right?
Right, it is.
But,
are you familiar with what that is?
What?
The landmark study. Are you familiar with what that is?
Just from reading on this page.
Okay.
You want to share?
It's the only study of its kind, just so you know.
It's awesome.
There's no, right. There was a time when the UC Berkeley of Public Health wanted to do a study on supplements, and nobody would step up to the plate except Shaklee, because whatever was proven, whatever was the outcome, was going to be publicized and publicated. So people weren't comfortable with it. And Shaklee was like, do it. And they actually had people who were using supplements from Shaklee, people who were using different type of supplements, and people who were doing no supplements. And obviously, as you see in that picture, Shaklee, the Shaklee group came out remarkably better. And here's what's really crazy. The people who took no supplements had better biomarkers than people who took other supplements.
Yeah, that's scary.
Isn't that scary? So that just makes you wonder. Yeah. Oh, yay, you love your vanilla life shake. Yay, Kelsey.
I'm a chocolate girl.
No,
awesome.
I like chocolate.
So I love it. I'm so glad that we got to, chat and talk, and I love your background. I'm so jealous that you were a professional dancer. I mean, I'm telling you, I watch these dance shows, and I just tell Rob, I was like, I just need to get in a hip hop class. Like, somebody find me a local hip hop class so I can learn how to dance.
You should do it. We actually have a woman in our town who's amazing. I love her. She does dance classes as exercise.
That's what I want.
It's so much fun. You just go and rock out, and just sweat it out. It's the best.
I mean, I've got dance videos on my workout programs that I have access to, but it's not hip hop. And it's not the same when you're like in a group. Like, I want to be like in a movie, a music video.
Go take a dance class, Susan.
I know. I gotta find one. I don't think there's one around here.
Take a look. You might have a ballroom place close by, and you can go learn how to do the cha-cha and the hustle and the swing. Those are so much fun, especially when you get led by a guy and they can twirl you and dip you. Oh my God. It's like heaven. So you got to learn.
Oh my God. I would love to be dipped. My husband doesn't dip me.
Hey, we could teach him.
I know, right?
Melissa says you should do it.
Okay, Melissa, I'll keep you posted. Okay, so great. So if any of you guys watching live or the replay, if you have any questions about organic in supplements, your home care, I know we didn't talk about food so much, but that could be another. I was going to talk about food, but we'll do that another day.
Well, if you go organic, right?
Right.
So plain and simple.
Right.
Go organic, non-GMO. Be aware of that. And do the best you can.
Yeah, and always,
again, we can't be perfect,
right? We can't be perfect.
That's like one of the things. I'm not perfect. And just going back to Melissa's question, like the elderberry thing. So I have made my own elderberry, but we have something called Defend and Resist, which maybe I have to send you a bottle, Susan. The Defend and Resist is elderberry. It's got zinc. It's got larch tree root and echinacea. And it's all in one little thing. You can make a tea with it, or you can swallow it. You can suck on them. They don't taste bad, and they're amazing. My husband reaches for those when he's feeling under the weather. So
interesting.
And if my husband will do it,
yeah,
then it must be something.
That's so funny. Oh, it's so great. Well, awesome, guys. Any questions? Never hesitate to post in the comments. or reach out to one of us. I will leave some links too for Jamie as well. And let's go beyond organic together, guys. And have a great day.
All right. Thank you, everyone,
All right,
for
thank
watching.
you.
Bye.